Live from 42nd Street in New York City, you're watching PIX Morning News.
All right, last year, 3.5-year-old Elle Vandenberghe was walking to preschool when a driver backed up the wrong way and slammed into her. Little Elle was left brain damaged. The driver walked away with just a traffic ticket. Today, her mother is fighting for a new state law that will ensure harsher penalties for reckless drivers. We want to welcome her to the show. Heather, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I have a 7-year-old daughter. As a father, I just can't imagine. Take us through it. What happened? It must be incredibly difficult.
It was. Elle was in her second week of preschool. She was on her way to school. There were many pedestrians out. It was the middle of the day, and she was on a green light in the crosswalk.
In the crosswalk?
In the crosswalk. So as parents, I mean, that's all you can do. You can encourage your children, wait for the green light, look both ways, use the crosswalk. She was in the crosswalk. She had someone with her, of course. And this driver was on the green light parallel to her. He saw a parking spot on the street next to her, and instead of going around, he reversed up this busy boulevard, through the crosswalk, backwards the wrong way down a one-way street for a parking spot.
Unbelievable. And all he gets out of this is a traffic ticket.
He got a traffic citation.
And that's what you're trying to change. Let's talk about your daughter real quick for anybody at home who's wondering.
Yeah.
She's doing better. How is she doing?
She's doing incredibly well.
She was in a coma for a while. It was touch and go for a long time. Right?
Exactly. She was in a coma for 2 weeks. She had a stroke that destroyed 2/3 of the left side of her brain. They told me she would never walk again, never talk again, never move her right side. Happily, she has defied what the neurologist thought, and cognitively, she came back completely. She is like her old self. She's in a rehabilitation facility now where she's learning how to walk again. She will walk again. We're very hopeful that she has a shot at a normal life. So we have a happy ending to a really tough story.
What an amazing, amazing comeback. She must be a tough kid.
She is.
So what do we want to do with this law? Anybody out there who thinks you're out there to just go after drivers, these are cases where it's truly reckless and all they're getting is traffic tickets.
Exactly. And accidents happen. Of the 15,000 accidents a year that happen in the state of New York, only 50% are considered driver error. The other 50% are not. And so clearly there's accidents, and Elle's law doesn't seek to punish those people. It actually doesn't seek to punish anyone, but really my goal here was to get reckless drivers off the street. And when you're reversing down a busy boulevard through a crosswalk, you're breaking the law. And the goal here really is that for people who are blatantly violating traffic laws, if you seriously injure a pedestrian in the process, that there will be a penalty aside from a traffic ticket as if you'd rolled a stop sign.
There has to be accountability, particularly when it's that kind of egregious recklessness, without a doubt. What kind of support are you getting? What would you say to anybody out there who's listening to this who would like to get on board with it?
I've been so fortunate that Assemblyman Kellner and Senator DeLon, I went to Albany and I met with them and told them the story, and they immediately embraced this law. Anyone who's supportive of it, if you could just let your representatives know, because it is before the legislature right now. In some form or another, I'm not an expert on the criminality here. That's not my goal. My goal is really to get the reckless drivers off the streets.
Well, it's a good goal. Heather, did the driver reach out to you at all after this happened?
Amazingly, he did not. He had my number. It was on the police report. We never heard from him. And about 3 weeks in, when Elle was in the coma, I called and left him a message and just said, "You may have killed my daughter. And I'm surprised I didn't hear from you." But this isn't about vengeance at all. Elle's case, in fact, would not be affected by Elle's law. My goal is to look forward and try to prevent other families from going through what we've gone through.
Heather, it's amazing that you've taken it this far, and it looks like something really good is going to come out of this, and really fantastic that Elle is doing so well. What a great kid. When she's all better, bring her in here and let us say hello.
Happily.
We'll talk some more about this law. Heather, thank you very much for sharing your story with us. For more on Elle's law, meet us on the web at WPIX.com/morning news. Sukanya.